But look, before we get into all this...
Welcome to the main event. This is True Ring News Network, your ringside access to WWE news and drama. Subscribe and let's rumble. The WWE Universe experienced a shocking and emotional moment when Becky Lynch turned against Seth Rollins and aligned herself with a new faction known as The Vision. This event did more than surprise the audience. It reshaped the dynamics of WWE storytelling and character relationships in a profound way. Becky and Seth had long been seen as one of wrestling's most supportive power couples, both inside the ring and in real life. Their bond symbolized unity, ambition, and shared success. However, what unfolded on Monday Night Raw challenged everything fans thought they understood about loyalty and motivation. This storyline taps into themes of ambition, identity, emotional strain, and personal evolution. It isn't just a dramatic twist, it's a narrative that explores change and the pursuit of one's own path. Growing tensions. Behind the scenes. Before the stunning betrayal, tensions had been building beneath the surface. Seth Rollins had been clashing with The Vision, a faction whose mission centered around reshaping WWE's landscape according to their philosophy. Their rise was strategic, methodical, and increasingly impactful. Meanwhile, Becky Lynch appeared to stand firmly by Seth's side during this conflict. The couple had previously showcased unity in matches and promos, reinforcing their image as partners who supported each other through every challenge. However, subtle hints suggested that Becky was quietly struggling with her own feelings about her career direction and public perception. As Seth's battles intensified and his role in the narrative grew more central, Becky's presence became overshadowed. This emotional backdrop did not reveal itself fully until the night of the betrayal, but it played a crucial role in shaping her decision. The tension was not sudden. It had roots in professional identity, personal expectations, and the pressures of maintaining both a partnership and an individual legacy. The unexpected turn. During the match. The dramatic shift occurred during a tag match where Seth was heavily targeted by members of The Vision. Becky appeared to be supporting him from ringside, stepping in occasionally to help maintain balance. The crowd felt confident that the couple's unity would prevail, reinforcing their long-standing story of mutual support. However, at the match's peak, when Seth prepared to secure victory, Becky entered the ring in a moment that felt out of rhythm with the flow of the match. Seth's expression reflected confusion and disbelief. Before he could react, Becky delivered a sudden and impactful attack. The audience's gasp reflected shock and emotional impact, not just because of the physical action, but because of what it symbolized. This was not a spur-of-the-moment decision. It was a deliberate move that revealed Becky had been aligning herself with new goals all along. This moment became a defining shift in the storyline's direction and emotional weight. Becky joins The Vision. Following the betrayal, members of The Vision entered the ring and acknowledged Becky as one of their own. This moment communicated that Becky's decision was strategic and aligned with a larger purpose. The Vision presented themselves as a group seeking to redefine WWE's structure, recruiting individuals they believed held untapped potential or unrealized ambition. Becky's acceptance of their gesture showed confidence and conviction in her choice. She stood with a calm and steady presence, suggesting this was not about chaos or revenge, but about aligning with a philosophy that recognized her value. Her posture and silence, as Seth watched from the mat, intensified the emotional contrast between them. The audience was left to process a dramatic reversal. The once united couple now stood on opposing sides of a larger ideological conflict. This alliance marked a turning point that would influence both storylines and character development across divisions. Seth Rollins seeks answers. The following week, Seth addressed the WWE Universe, expressing confusion, hurt, and a desire for understanding. His reaction highlighted the emotional depth of the storyline, treating the betrayal not as mere rivalry, but as a significant and personal shift in his world. Seth's character has always shown resilience, but this moment allowed fans to see vulnerability and emotional sincerity. When Becky appeared alongside the Vision to explain her actions, the contrast between their emotional states became even clearer. Seth sought connection, conversation, and clarity. Becky responded with composure and certainty. Her explanation centered on feeling overshadowed and wanting to reclaim ownership of her career narrative. This exchange emphasized the complexity of ambition in professional wrestling, how personal and professional identities can intersect and sometimes collide. Seth's emotional journey became as central to the storyline as the conflict itself, drawing audience empathy and deepening investment. Becky's reasoning and reinvention. Becky's explanation offered insight into her internal struggle. She expressed that despite her accomplishments, she felt her achievements were sometimes minimized in comparison to Seth's ongoing storylines. She spoke about identity, about being recognized not just as part of a partnership, but as an independent force with her own goals and legacy. The Vision provided her with an opportunity to redefine herself outside the expectations of being half of a power couple. Her tone was firm, yet reflective, which allowed the audience to understand her perspective even if they disagreed with her decision. This narrative explored how ambition and identity can evolve, especially when performers constantly adapt to the changing landscape of WWE. Becky's transformation was not portrayed as spiteful, but as a declaration of agency. It reshaped her character from a supportive partner into a confident strategist, redefining her place in WWE's hierarchy. Impact on WWE dynamics. Becky's alignment with the Vision had significant implications for both the men's and women's divisions. Her presence strengthened the faction's influence and expanded their reach. As a decorated champion with strong fan engagement, she brought legitimacy and momentum to the group's mission. For Seth, the conflict now took on emotional and strategic dimensions, placing him in a vulnerable yet compelling narrative position. Rivalries, alliances, and match outcomes shifted in response. The storyline created opportunities for new feuds, particularly among women who may oppose the Vision or contend with its growing influence. It also raised questions about loyalty, personal motivation, and how wrestlers navigate collective pressure versus individual goals. The broader WWE environment reacted with speculation and anticipation, recognizing that this storyline could shape upcoming events, character arcs, and pay-per-view match structures. Fan and locker room reactions. The WWE community quickly engaged with the storyline. Fans debated Becky's motivations, with interpretations ranging from empowerment to betrayal. Some admired her for reclaiming her autonomy, while others sympathized deeply with Seth's emotional struggle. The wrestling locker room also responded in character and in interviews, creating a sense of layered storytelling that extended beyond the ring. The emotional authenticity of the storyline made it resonate, as it was rooted in themes viewers could relate to: partnership challenges, personal ambition, evolving identity, and emotional conflict. Social media discussions showcased how invested the audience was in the narrative. This engagement demonstrated the storyline's success in connecting with fans on both entertainment and emotional levels. The debate was not simply about sides. It was about understanding, feeling, and reacting to a powerful moment of change. Long-term story possibilities. This storyline opened multiple potential paths for storytelling. Seth could seek reconciliation or retribution. Becky may lead the women's division under the Vision's philosophy, shaping matches and rivalries. The Vision's long-term goals remain deliberately ambiguous, adding anticipation and mystery. WWE now has the opportunity to develop alliances, surprise reveals, dramatic pay-per-view confrontations, and emotionally impactful promos. The storyline also has the potential to explore personal growth, resolution, redemption, or transformation, depending on how it progresses. What matters most is that the narrative is rooted in genuine emotional stakes, making it compelling and deeply resonant. Fans will continue watching closely, invested in how both characters evolve,